I'm Kaladhar Bapu. Today, I would like to share something which is very close to my heart. As you all know, the whole world is going through a very tough time right now with the COVID crisis, and this unfortunately has been going on for a quite while. Most people are doing what they can to contribute towards social causes, and you are one of them. This situation we see today deeply moved us and urged us to do something about it, and we did it again. Welcome to DesignXSocial 2021, a global innovation challenge brought to you by UMO Design Foundation. This year, as the pandemic continues to rage on, we have decided to come together again with the UMO Unites initiative and unite the community by solving the most urgent problem we face today. After a roaring success last year and a number of innovative ideas, we believe that is exactly the need of our innovation. We are back at this crucial hour to inspire others to begin on a journey from problem solving to innovating with guidance from experts to put you on the right path of innovation. We believe in actual contributions which can create social impact in unimaginable ways. We believe in the power of innovation. We believe in your ability to innovate, and we believe your idea has the potential to create impact in ways that could possibly prevent death, reduce the spread of virus, or alter the way people behave or the way systems perform, or even make our planet more sustainable. Take action, sign up, innovate, and create impact.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. This is Rohan from Team UMO, and we are so glad to be back yet again after the V Design Fest, which was run very recently. We're so glad to bring back DesignX Social again at this crucial hour. Thanks, Bapu, for that very inspiring video. I'm here today to talk all our participants and all the interested folks about a little bit more about what we are going to do here at DesignX Social, how the process works, the awards categories, the themes, and whatnot. So stay tuned and go through this, and most of the information you need will be there on the website. But let's get straight into it right away. The first thing I want to say is if you're already registered, you've already done a great job. It shows a lot of intent from your side that you want to contribute and you want to create impact. If you're not registered, it's cool. The last day to register is 9 July. So all you got to do is create a team and just jump in and sign up, and you'll be into the DesignX Social. So let's get in. Let me share my screen and talk you through the process. Yes, my screen is up. So this is the UMO Designs website, DesignX Social. You can see the link here. Just go there and check out if you have any questions or so. The first things we would like to talk about is why we are doing this right now and why the theme is, are we ready for the next wave? I think the theme is quite obvious because the pandemic has been going on for a long time, and the world is doing all they can to try and curb the spread of the virus, but it's still on, and there are a lot of people still suffering, a lot of countries still suffering, and that's the reason we are asking the quick question, are we ready for the next wave? And that's what the whole contest is going to revolve around. This contest is going to be focused primarily on your innovation and how that innovation can create an impact on the planet and create an impact on the people. If you can see, the big question here is, are our current measures for our healthcare and well-being sustainable? You can go through the content here, but what we're trying to say is there are a lot of efforts being put into the healthcare system globally, but is this sustainable? Is this good for our planet? Can we take this big hit for a long time and sustain and go about our way of life? So that's a big question here. We are also urging people to take a look at some ideas which can probably trigger your mind, which is either on a personal level, a systems level, or a planet level. It's a big deal, and it's going to create a lot of impact. So make sure you go through this content and try and understand best what you can before you submit your problem and your solution. Yes, this is called Design X Social, and this is primarily a design contest, but it does not mean that only designers have to participate. Literally, anybody can participate and be a part of this amazing contest. As you can see, we are calling people from not just design schools, but any other institute, being engineering or whatever it might be. Anybody can join. We're also encouraging businesses and enterprise to do their part and demonstrate their corporate social responsibilities by putting their team together to come up with a great innovation which is going to create some amazing impact across the world. We're also inviting professionals and citizens. If you are at home and if you have time and if you think you have a cool idea which you think can make some impact, we should definitely sign up over here. Yes, and for people participating, there is going to be rewards and recognition. As you can see, we are going to have the best design category, the special jury category, and the People's Choice Award. So there are, of course, going to be awards for each categories for between the shortlisted candidates. So do check that out. And we also have the evaluation criteria here on how the jury is probably going to go about judging your work or judging your problem and your solution you identified, and what's the final output you're giving. So these are some of the criteria you should probably keep in mind when you are entering this contest and doing your bit. So I think this is the most crucial part, the process and the timeline. 9th July, we're already pretty close. We're already on 3rd July, so there's just 6 more days to go. It's pretty simple. It'll probably take you 2 minutes to just put down your team name and register. In case you don't have a team size of 3, 4, or 5, that's the limit we have for this contest. If you have anything less or above that, just email us and we will pair you up with your other teammates, and you guys can work together and come up with a great solution. And coming to the next stage, that is the 23rd July stage, which is identifying a problem you want to solve. Let me take you through the presentation, which we are going to, it's more like a playbook, which we are going to share with you. That is all the participants who have registered. Um, so this is the playbook which you're going to get access to. This is the 2021 Design X Social presentation template. And what you have to do is you have to consider this as your playbook and put down all your thoughts into this and structure this in a way that it is very presentable and it conveys your thoughts and ideas well. So make sure you kind of go to file and duplicate this, make a copy, and just entire presentation, and change the name of your team. Let me change the zoom settings. Yes. So what you got to do here in the second slide essentially is to change your project name and mention the date and place where you are submitting from, and then you have your team. The great thing about this is we are going to assign you a UMO design mentor who is a design professional who will be mentoring you and guiding you through the design thinking process. So you'll have the mentor support, and it's completely up to you whether you want a mentor or not, but if you want one, we are going to definitely assign one to you. The next part is your problem identified. We just spoke about this, so you have to describe your problem. And then the next slide is you got to talk about why it is an urgent problem. And then the next slide is you got to talk about why, who your target users are, and fill up these details which are going to describe your user persona. So these are some of the slides which you need to submit for your stage 1 submission, which is your problem identification part, and you have time till 23rd July to do that. After this comes the most exciting part, that's your submit your proposed solution, and the date for that is 1st August. Again, I'm going to switch back to the presentation. That's where you'll see from slide number 7, which is your submission stage, and you got to talk about the explorations, maybe 2 or 3, some of the explorations you've done before you chose a final direction. And then you have to talk about your final solution and the innovation you've made in this contest. You got to tell us how it is innovative and how it addresses the problem you identified. So this is a design competition, and user experience is definitely going to be thoroughly looked at. So you got to talk about how does the user experience of your solution look like, and you can define it in however whichever way you like. We are also asking all the participants to submit a video, a video which is going to be put on YouTube for all the shortlisted candidates, and it's going through a round of public voting. And the team which has the most number of unique views is going to bag the People's Choice Award. So make sure you submit your video. This video will also help the jury understand your problem and your solution better. So as you can see, you also have your design process here, and you also have the impact which your solution is going to create on society. You got to also tell the jury members why this is sustainable and how this is sustainable, how your solution is sustainable to the planet. And you got to also talk about the execution part of it. How can your solution be implemented, and how can it be successful, not just in terms of execution, but also in terms of business viability. And all this, what you got to do is submit it through this link put down over here. When you click on this, you will have a small form where you got to fill in some description and upload your file and share the Google Deck link and share the video link. This is going You got to do this by uh, first first August. That's the deadline for your solution, and this is going to be reviewed by the jury over the next few weeks from August 1st. And you're going to get an email or a call from us saying you are shortlisted on 15th August. And you'll have one more week after that for all the shortlisted candidates to tweak their presentation and make it slightly better than what they are previously. And on 21st August, you will all be the finalists will be pitching their solution, their final deck, to the jury members. And on 22nd August, that's the final day, we are going to be there for the DesignX Awards. That's going to be a very nice award ceremony, very energetic and very enthusiastic award ceremony. We usually make a very big deal out of this award ceremony. So make sure you're there at the awards to not just applaud the finalists and the winners and the participants, but also take a look at some of the innovation which has come through this unique competition. So not just this, we also have some other exciting news for you, which is you're going to get access to a exposure level course on design thinking by UMO Design School. And that short course is going to maybe help you better understand the design thinking process and help you guide you through this competition and educate you a little bit more about what design is and what design thinking is. So stay tuned for that. You will All the registered participants will definitely get access to that. Not just that, we want to see you succeed. We want to see some amazing innovation which is going to come out of this, and we want to see that impact that these solutions create. So we are also going to conduct talks on behavioral design over the next few weeks, and all the participants, all the people who are signed up are definitely going to get access to that as well. That's all I have to say. We can jump into Q&A, and I also want to invite Bapu Kaladar onto the stage, who's the founder of UMO Design, to help me answer some of the questions you might have for us. So if you've not posted any questions in the any of the live links yet, make sure you keep posting it. I'm sure you're used to this by now, but do keep posting your comments, and we are going to keep talking about it in the next few minutes. Can I also have Bapu on the stage, please?
Hi. Hi, Rohan.
Hey, Bapu.
Yeah.
So I think we have some questions coming in already, Bapu. I'm going to be looking at my screen and trying to read that out, and we can both try and answer those questions.
Sure.
So first question from Shriya: will this video be available after the live session has ended? Yes, it will be available. You will get a link to it as well.
So, yeah, to answer a bit more in detail. So, Rohan, you already spoke about Design Thinking 101 course, right? It is going to be available on UMO Design School. So we're creating a module of all these instructional videos and also Q&A sessions as part of that Design Thinking 101 through DesignX Social. So they are available, and you have to enroll to that. So we're going to send an email to all the people who have enrolled today and also to the DesignX Social. So you will receive a free module. You will be using that link and entering into the design school. But most of the content, which is going to be a curated content, so which we think that which are very important for also for non-designers who haven't had any exposure towards design thinking, which is very useful. At the same time, teams who have been opting for mentors, so you will be mentored by a professional design mentors. So it's a great combination, like a 2 to 3 weeks of solid design thinking exercise. You go through the content, and mentor is going to help you with, and also you will be working a hands-on project with a team. So if your video or if your project is being shortlisted and published on the website, and you will be receiving the design thinking 101 completion certificate too. Yep.
Great. Yes, I think that's a very exciting thing we are doing, and it's by UMO Design School. There are also a couple of other courses participants can check out if they're interested. Just log on to UMODesign.school and you'll find all the information you need over there. The next question comes from Ruhani Chopra, and she asks, when will we receive the PPT template?
So the 9th July is going to be the deadline for this enrollment to the contest. So 10th, we are going to have another session with the mentors who have enrolled to mentor you guys and the teams. So we're going to give them, a process. Also, we're going to have another session to make sure that if you have any other doubts before you start in the contest. So by 9th, most probably by 10th, we'll be making the template available, because if you are given the template, you'll start right now. So you're unnecessary, kind of, people think that you are given a favor. So we're making sure that all of those registrants start at the same day. So it could be 9th or 10th. Maximum 10th is the day you will receive the templates, and you can start working with your mentors as well as the teams. You can actually start discussions, and of course, I think the process has been explained by Rohan. So the first step is problem identification. So you please come up with the research and identify a problem and then submit it. So in case the problem is not in line with what we've been thinking, or it needs a new improvement, it needs some maybe you can say maybe rethinking about in a little different direction, our team is going to come back to you and help you with that. If not, if you don't hear anything from us, you continue to do the solutions side of it.
So, Bapu, we have already a lot of teams who already signed up with us.
Mhm.
Like you said, we're going to share the deck on either 9th or 10th of July, but that does not stop the team members to start work on their
Yes, that's,
ideas, right?
you're right. So you already have theme ready. You already have, instructions are there. So your teams actually can start working on research, and we're not stopping you on that. But in a formal way, it starts working. Work starts from 10th uh, July. But you can always do your primary research or secondary research. Keep the content ready, and this is an advantage. Enrolling earlier is the greatest advantage. You get more time to work on. Yep.
Correct. So, Bapu, you also mentioned that when a team submits a problem, in case if it's not in line with the theme of the 2021 edition of Design X Social, will they will be hearing back from the jury, right? Will that affect their performance in any way?
No. So it won't, because they will be having one more week time to submit their final solution, but they have to make sure that if they have to rethink little differently, but you have to spend more time. But deadline for final submission, solution submission won't change, and it won't be considered when we are judging the entries. So at the end, we only see the final entry, final output of what you have submitted. So yeah, that's a great question, but it doesn't. But it's nice to get reviewed. But if nobody is approaching you or contacting you for anything, just keep continuing. If something is not good, then only we approach you and then try to help you with that. Otherwise, you're doing good.
Great. So again, this doesn't stop them from continuing to work on their
Yes,
solution because they just have 1 week after their problem identification to the solution part.
sure. Yes,
So I think it's best they start from day one, day zero itself,
correct.
when
Yeah.
they have registered and entered the contest.
Yes.
Great. So the next question comes from Raj Kumar, who asks, "Is there any age limit?"
So that's a great question. So we encourage, like, at least I think there's no strictly no age limit, but we actually definitely we encourage to have the person, the kid, we were looking at from younger age, 13 plus years. At least we can say 11th grade onwards will be great. But it's okay to have 10th grade, but below that age it's difficult because we don't have a separate category for what do you say, for kids. But there is a interesting way to do is there's a family category. So since you are there as a guardian, you can always create as a family, as a group. And for example, last year we had like wife, husband, and both the kids are there, like four of them competed. You can do that. Okay, but if the kids are registering, so definitely we have to make sure that they should be like at least 13 years. It'll be great. And we can also benchmark it this way, like 11th grade onwards. So in fact, last year we had good number of 11th graders from different countries like USA and all. And the good news is actually the people who participated, 11th graders, they actually got through prime design schools like Parsons and Pratt by submitting these portfolios. Because I got letters, I've given them letters of recommendation, so I know about it. So it's good to have 11th graders definitely can have a maturity to create work with the mentor and also submit the entries. And the other side of it, you can, like, I'm talking from the young age to the old age, anybody even 90 plus years also they can participate. There's no age limit there. Other side of it.
Right, that's true. So that's that question cleared. We have another question from Ruhani who asks, "When will we be assigned mentors?"
Yes, Rohani is asking good questions. Yes, why I said 10th, because, as I said, I would like to have a training session to all the mentors. So most probably ninth we give it a try, but 10th definitely you will have mentors assigned. Okay, so and you are free to come back to us if a mentor is not connecting with you or not responding to you, not really helpful. And definitely you actually, we definitely were going to ask a feedback about mentors. And last year also we took feedback, and 98% of mentors got a very good feedback. And then rest of the 2% we made sure that they are not part of this year's contest. So mentors are very good, and I really thank all the mentors. We had wonderful mentors, and they are from different countries. So you also have to respect their time and work hard. Mentors actually, they are working professionals, so respect their time and respect them, their experience, because they are all very kind of, we curate their resumes and understand and talk to them and their experience, and then only we finalize. They are well respected in the society. And so make sure that you extend that. And also um, you know in case something is not working, please let us know.
So, just to be clear, it works the other way around as well. If a mentor reaches out to us and says a team is not working, or
Yeah.
if a team is not submitting their solution, or they don't want to go ahead in the competition, the mentor is going to get reassigned to the other team, because there's going
Yes,
to be a lot of teams which are going to sign up, and we're going to
correct.
need a lot of mentors to mentor them as well.
As a great point, Rohan. Last year we had to request mentors to take up the second team also, because
Correct.
we had, oh my god, huge number of participants. Guys, remember, this is a global contest. You will be competing with across, like, I see entries coming from different countries, from all continents. So it's going to be very, very interesting, and as I said, right, we try to map with your time zones of you, where you are living, and with the mentors. But once we introduce to you, you guys have to work with your mentor and find out the right, the best suitable time for you and work with. Yep.
Great. So, Babu, can you also talk a little bit more about how the whole mentoring thing is going to work with the participants?
So one of the important things, as our UMO Design Foundation philosophy is purpose-driven thinking. So when I say purpose-driven design thinking, is it's actually, first of all, the contest itself is talking about solving the urgent problem. So we are trying to see the world, like, not from only restricted to ourselves, and we wanted to make a good to the world. That means you're being selected as by God as a designer, or given the talent to contribute. So not just only for you or your family, or your extended family. We actually wanted you to help others to the world, and how can we solve the urgent problems as a community. We can change things. That's the power of our community, is that we can change, because we are designers, we are creators. So we wanted to instill that, purpose driven thinking. So the mentors, we are going to give them training on that, and also we want to put some modules about how do we work in that direction. And we also actually tell mentors that how much time they can spend with you, and they won't be working with you on the solution. They are only the guides. Remember that. Don't expect them to, as the team member. They are not team members. They are only the guide. They only tell you the process. They only tell you whether you are in the right direction or not, and then they can help you, motivate you to go to the next level. Because why am I telling? I think the good question Rohan was asking this is because last year we had a mentor actually from Canada. So she actually approached that, hey, our team is thinking that they can go further because their internal dynamics were not working. So we coached the mentor, and then she made sure that the team came together and worked on the solution. So one of the important things why we are insisting on the team is you are learning how to work with the teams. Team dynamics is one of the important things in the design, and we are also helping you to give you a guide, which is like a mentor who actually can tell you the process. And also we have a criteria we can also discuss on that. We also uh, make sure that your mentor is helping you to pass through the criteria, which is actually the jury is going to review when you are reviewing and you're sending your entry. Yes, and this time we would like to honor the mentors of the winning teams. So, and we would like to continue the mentors. Actually, we want, previously we were only using design x social as only one way to connect mentors and designers or aspirants. From now on, the mentors are going to be helpful for in the future as teaching some courses and all those. Anything am I missing, Rohan? Your anything on that side, the mentor side?
I think you've covered most of it. So I
Okay.
think the point to again repeat upon is that the mentors are experienced designers, and if they have become a UMO mentor, it means that they have good enough knowledge on design to help you through your journey here at Design X Social. So make sure you use their time effectively, and make sure you work together well and work together as a team well.
Hmm. Yeah.
So the next question we have from Nikit, who asks, is the topic restricted to healthcare or anything revolving around the solutions which are effective during the pandemic?
Yeah, that's a great question, Nikit. So healthcare and well-being is the major thing what we are actually focusing, but you're allowed to explore different areas. But if you look at carefully, three prominent areas we are discussing. One is as a person, as a personal level, how can I be ready for the next wave? So, of course, you can explore different topics, but at the end, I'm actually making myself safe, right? So that's what majorly when we say healthcare and well-being, how can I be safe? How can I be taking care of myself? How can I face the next wave? That's what we are discussing. But yes, but when you say, can I do something like, can I think about sending a rocket to Mars? Maybe they're not directly related to that, but create something which is finally leads to helping people. And the second is systems level, wherein how can the governments, NGOs, or the infrastructure point of view, how can we make things ready? We have experienced. It's nothing new, right? We have all gone through the second phase. That was second wave was so worse. We knew that in the first wave was bad, and we knew that some other countries already gone through it. And when we face second wave, and still we were not ready, right? So if the new wave, the third wave could come next, right? Are we ready? Can we make something which is actually helping governments or NGOs or anything from hospitals or anything from that side? Can we make it better to fight that? And the third is, we also see so much of so much of kind of things happening which is actually affecting the planet side of it. So how can we, I don't want to give away all keywords because I know that it's a contest, so anything we can actually work towards, so that we can save planet from this next coming waves. So okay, I can give away some of those words, like from looking at from the way the kind of hospital waste, some of those things you already see in the kind of cremations happening. So I don't want to go a little more detail. I don't want to influence anybody's ideation and solution. So basically looking at from the planet point of view. So overall, if you see, though we call it healthcare and well-being, yes, but anything you explore, that should finally you are leading towards, are we ready to face the next wave? That's a major theme. And of course, you're open for any other themes to explore, but not completely deviating from that.
Great. I think that answers that question.
Okay.
The next question comes from Prashant. Will the practicality of the solution be emphasized, or can we have wild ideas which might be a possibility in the future?
Yes. So that's a intelligent question, Prashant. So since we are talking about the future, so in fact, if you observe it, we said next wave. We didn't define immediate wave, right? So yes, you can explore that. It could be fourth wave, fifth wave, or maybe overall we can think about tomorrow any pandemic. It is how can we fight with that? Yes, that's a intelligent, very good question, Prashant.
So, just to add on to that, if you when we share the presentation, which I'm just showing here, there is
Yeah.
a slide which talks about the execution and business viability of your solution. So
Hmm.
this
Yeah.
part is definitely going to add to
So
your whole package.
correct. Yeah, and I don't know whether we can discuss in the next call, but this is very important thing that we are not stopping over here. We're identifying solutions. We are also inviting people who are investors, so who are interested in taking your ideas further. So please make sure that keep the lenses in place. Either if your solution is technical side of it, you can talk about when a feasibility from technology side of it, and from business perspective, if you want to reproduce this solution, so business viability also you have to think about it. So, and from user experience and design perspective, the impact perspective, you have to look into that. Is the solution creating major impact? So these are kind of three lenses. If you apply, your solution is going to be the definitely the next generation. We can always use this as Maybe you can also pitch to, because we also have a pitching in the process, like a 7 minutes time you have to pitch to the jury. So we will also would like to invite investors who are interested in taking your solution to the next level.
Great. I think that's answered. The next question comes from Rajkumar again, who asks, "Can we include one more person to the team even after registering?" Uh,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. So we said minimum 3 to 5. Yes, please send an email to team@umo.design. So then definitely our team is going to help you with that. We can include that. So because when you are submitting the final solution, so there any which way you have, we're going to ask you the final details of you all your team members, and then the movie is supposed to create video of 3 minutes of video on the presentation deck, and also your pics, so that we're going to publish on the website. So yes, you can always add them.
So, Bapu, you just brought up the video. Can you maybe talk a little bit about how that is a part of their solution or the final presentation?
Yeah. So why the video is, so we have two phases of review. So the first phase is shortlisting. We can say the finalists. So first step is make sure that your solution is completely submitted on time. Time is also crucial. Okay, and video actually explains the process and how you actually identified and what is the urgency in this, and what is how the solution is being done. So you can also check last year some of those shortlisted entries and how they have done it, and they've done everything in 2 weeks. That's a great achievement, actually. Very well done. So the video actually helps you to explain to the jury, the first round of jury, because it is an offline jury. So they will go through your video and your presentation deck and your topic description and all those. Apart from that, how is it going to be useful? So if you observe that, we have best awards in each category, and we also have most popular awards. So from each category, what you will be doing is we will be counting the number of hours people have watched, whichever that video has got most number of hours watched, that will be awarded in each category as most popular award. So that's very important. We will be publishing on our YouTube channel, and then you have to promote it. Our intention is we need to spread the goodness to the as many people as possible. So last year we had around 300,000 people have watched our contest. So they know that the kind of impact we are creating. So we need to reach out as many people as possible. That's what to encourage that we actually created most popular award. So we also have the kind of YouTube. It actually tells us that how much time, how many hours people have viewed. That actually helps us to decide who's the winner. Yeah.
So, Bapu, you just mentioned the awards and the categories, right? Can you talk about a little bit more about the number of awards people are going to get, and what the finalists are going to get, and what the participants are going to get?
Sure. Okay. Can you please move up a bit, little bit? The green. Yes. So here we have 4 categories, right? So looking at previous year and this year, we wanted to make sure that we do justice to the students who are not studying in design schools. So we actually created 2 separate categories. Students from design schools, they definitely already have some exposure towards design thinking and processes, and then they have professors helping them. So that's a completely one focused category. And the second one is schools from universities, like the engineering, um, anything, any like uh, management, any other schools or colleges. School means universities and colleges who are not from design background. They are a separate category. And third category is businesses and enterprises. So for example, you are from working in a Microsoft. All of you actually can submit from your team from Microsoft. 3 or 5 people can submit as a company entry. Like you're working for a Horizon, you can submit, any company, Infosys, you actually can submit an entry from your, your company. So there is a combination. Last year we had, uh, participants from different companies came together. So yes, that is also possible, but you will be competing in that third category because you are a working professional, and then you don't have to be a designer in that team. You can have your PM, some of them are developers, some designers. Together we can actually compete in that. And professionals category, that is the fourth category, which is completely no designer should be in the team, like a family of 4 or 5, they can be part of it, or professionals like all, for example, um, 5 team members of front end programmers or testers and project managers together coming and competing, or business development people, anybody, but there should not be any designer in that category. So these are 4 categories. So when it comes to awards, each category will have the best, award, best design award for each category. At the same time, we also have people choice award from each category. So third is special jury award. That is one award across all the categories. Jury decides that, hey, this entry is very nice, but somehow that entry didn't get any prize. So, but that is, they recommend that is a definitely nice, entry to award it. So that's going to be jury award. But looking at all those categories, if you see anything, Rohan, you see anything is missing out, any apart from that?
I think we can talk a little bit more about how the jury is going to judge and what's the jury going to be like. Because for people entering this contest, it's also good to know who they are going to be pitching to, right?
Sure, yeah. So I think I'm just going to talk about a bit about people choice award here, the videos things. So the first step is we make sure that the presentation or whatever the submission is in good shape when you are submitting the final entry. So then that is eligible for posting it on the website first of all, and then these entries will be sent to a jury which is offline. Jury consists of, they're not mentors, remember. Jury consists of experts from different fields, and most of them are from director level, senior level people, designers, and also from journalists and different levels. And each entry, minimum at least 3 jury members, they go through each entry. So once a jury is done, then we will be shortlisting the entries to, for each category, 10 entries. So, but for People Choice Award, once it is qualified to be presented, posted on the website, even if you are not shortlisted, you can still eligible for People Choice Award. Okay, so that means you can promote your video and you can win that. And once it is like a second level, which is 10 entries for each category, so you will be invited for the live pitching. So we will be preparing 7 minutes of your pitching, and you'll be interacting with live panel. So 3 to 4 jury members will be asking questions after once your presentation is done. So then we will be deciding the final best awards. So everything is very transparent, and everything is being like live, and people know that which is the entry got good scores. Yep.
So, Babu, just to be clear, the jury is going to consist of not just designers, but people
Yes.
from across multiple fields,
Yes.
because we have a category for multiple, we have awards for multiple categories. So, the jury is going to be a mixed jury.
Yep. Sure. Yep.
So, let's move on to the next question,
Okay.
which comes from Ruhani, who asks, do the winners get to turn their entry into a real product?
Yes, not only winners, anybody, any of your entries can get into a kind of a real product. And as I said, we are going to invite investors, and then we also have people actually managing funds and who are interested in understanding more about how do you work with them. So we had a bit of bit of constraints last year. uh, some investors came forward, but the teams were not ready to be part of, like, creating a kind of a team and then work like a kind of a startup. So in that case, they might ask you to, sell the rights to them. So if you are interested, you can also do that. So it's a kind of a possibility. But if you are not interested, you wanted to pursue your own way, please do that.
So, Bapu, during this process, what's the role of UMO in facilitating the people who are interested with the investors?
Yeah, we take your side and we help you to, make sure that, your idea is being getting into the next level. And we actually support you then, the other side of investors. If anybody is trying to you know overpower you, definitely team UMO is going to help you with that. We are going to take a side of you and then and make sure that you are actually being, getting a fair deal of it.
Great. So they are going to definitely receive mentorship from the UMO team
Yes. Yeah.
during this process.
Yes.
Great. So let's move on to the next question from Ishika. Is there going to be a lot of stress on the uniqueness of the solution?
So instead of, I would actually say uniqueness, I think we should actually talk about value proposition here. So how are we different than existing products or solutions, and what's the value proposition here? So it is definitely, like, if you want to copy an existing solution and then present, definitely it's going to be disqualified. So please make sure that, do a competitor analysis, and then how you are actually different from than your competitors. At the same time, value proposition also very important. So how is the kind of impact it's creating? And, of course, if we found that, it's already been there and then we are presenting it, anybody can comment on it and then it's going to be disqualified.
Correct. Another point to note is this is a global innovation challenge, and we want teams to be innovative with the solution they're coming up. So, uh, the more innovative your problem, it's definitely going to turn eyes of the jury.
Yeah.
The next question from Naman: does a solution has to target all the three levels that are personal, system, and planet?
That's an interesting question, Naman. We not necessarily all of them to be benefited, but at least you can start with one category. Okay, so that's enough. But if your solution is covering all three categories, that's also good. It's not, no, it's not that, you get brownie points more than that, but it's definitely, it's a, it can become, people can, you can always impress the jury in your pitch, saying that how is it impacting. So it actually gets into the impact perspective, right? So definitely, it's all depends on you how you present your solution to the jury. Once you, in the movie, at the same time, second level when you're pitching. And I'm sure maybe, a very good chance that, any investor can come forward and then take it to the next level. Yeah.
Correct. Let's move on to the next question from Nancy. Does a solution need to be tried and tested to measure the impact, or the impact can be presented based on estimation of facts and data collected?
So yes, that's a very reasonable question, Nancy, because I know that it's not easy to measure an impact in a week's time or 2 weeks time. So yes, some of those actually last year they have done prototypes and then they did testing. So then they actually got some data and then presented. So definitely, if you get a chance to test your solution and showcase that how is that, a kind of data you collected during that short period of time. If not, at least, it will be nice to have some kind of perceived data, but definitely it's always good to have some testing done and then show that numbers. And also, if it is any prototype available, it's also good to give that kind of a feel. You can also share a link. For example, it could be a Figma link or an InVision link. So also jury also gets a hands-on experience of how that can create an impact. Yeah.
Correct. And if you can also look at the criteria, we have a criteria which is the design process. So you can always talk about the process you have followed and how you arrived at the final solution through the process.
Yep, that's true.
Um, Next question comes from Prashant, who asks, if we are designing an overall system, can we include product or companies which will be beneficial to sustain that system?
So I need a little more understanding of that. What does that mean? Include product companies. What does it mean?
So I think what he's trying to say is, if they design a system, can we recommend that to a company which will be able to sustain that system? I hope I'm right, but that's what I understood.
Yeah, Prashant would like to explain a little more, or what I understood is, overall system. Some of those blocks already been designed or developed by different companies. Can we keep them as part of the system? Is it the question? If you can explain, you can maybe elaborate more if you want, or if this is what you are saying. Yes, you can always mention that. Because you are creating overall system, you don't have to design everything, but you can always suggest that some of the blocks have been already been taken care of by some of the products, and then my solution actually works when I include them as part of it. Already have a product which will, yes, I think, yeah, yes, I think I'm right. Yes, you're right. You can always suggest that that part has been already been taken care of by a different company or a product, and my solution works along with that existing ecosystem. That's what I think you're saying. Yes, you're right, you can do that.
Great. So, Babu, I think we have some more time. So, would you like to talk a little bit about how we've conducted the 2020 edition of Design X Social and the impact the innovation challenges created?
Yes. So last year, I think we had around 1,200 team, I think, participants actually across the globe participated, and we had around 250 jury. No, no, mentors. Actually, mentors actually helped us to work with the teams, and then to make the team successful. They really worked hard to helping them. And also we had good number of people as a jury. They enrolled around, I think, 30-40 people. Actually, I see that could be more than that. So they actually worked as a jury member. So the kind of impact it created is, so it actually, first of all, most of those, for most of them, it was the first time doing everything online. Okay, so during the pandemic, people were actually stressed out and then sitting at home, and then this contest came in, and we've been doing this contest for the last several years, but this last year created a much more a global platform, like since it is online, so good number of people participated. So people actually took it in a very interesting manner, because it was not easy to go out and do research, meeting people and all, but they have spent good amount of time talking to them on online, maybe remotely. They did work on it, and then they also collaborated with team members, because they didn't get a chance to sit together and work, and also collaborated with mentors. And within that 2 weeks of time, they did research, and they have identified a problem, and they came up with a solution, and they also pitched to the jury. So one is that it's a good learning, right? Within 2 weeks of time, from personal level, you all actually get a chance to learn concepts, learn the process, and doing hands-on and guidance, and then competing. Winning is, don't worry about the winning. Competition or participation itself is a winning. I would actually say most of the design solutions are really good, very good, but depends on number of criteria. We have to shortlist the number of entries, but all otherwise they are very good. You can always check the previous years and created very good impact. And we've actually got a lot of good and investors and NGOs approached, and then we actually facilitated meetings with them, and they took care of it. But this year, we as a team UMO, we are also going to play. As you see that as UMO unites, we have express, explore, execute different initiatives we run. So this year we would like to actually help you, the teams who are really enthusiastic and would like to take it to the next level. We are going to help you build the product, or connect with the right people to take it to the next level. So we wanted to bring that real impact, not just only till the ideation and then showing solutions. And we wanted to see that how can we measure the real impact by implementing the solutions. That's what we wanted to do this year. So compared to last year, definitely this year has got more flexibility to meet up people. And then if your mentor is in the same city, you can also plan to talk and meet. But definitely, make sure that keep all the measures in place when you are directly connecting with people and in a physical side of it. But most probably, if your mentors are outside of your cities and countries, of course use your online ways to connect with them. But make sure that time is also one of the dimensions. We sincerely request that follow the deadlines and submit your solutions. So, and we would like to also get the stories after once you're done with that. And we also wanted to bring you back to the stage where we run this weekly talks, and we would like to also understand the impact from your side, that what kind of impact it created to you and also your team, and also if you are taking that solution forward. And we want that stories to be shared with our community.
Right.
Yeah.
So thanks for that, Bapu. I think we have just a minute left, and before we close, I would also like to make a call to all the enthusiastic people who are out there who want to contribute as a volunteer at UMO Design. We have the links in this page itself. You can sign up, and you can be part of our team, and you can be volunteers like me and Bapu, who are contributing daily to make sure things run smoothly and the contest runs smoothly. So if you're interested in any sort of volunteer work, do reach out and apply. And the links for becoming a mentor have already been put out. So after this, if you're interested to become a mentor, please do so. It's going to be a very tightly curated uh, a list of mentors. So make sure you take out some time to talk about yourself in the form. And we're also calling for people who want to companies rather who want to support us with this competition. Please do reach out to us. We would love to talk to you and talk about the ways you can add and create more impact with us through this competition. That's all we have for us. We have for you in store today. Thank you so much for being here. This is just the officially the first set of talks, or the first talk we've done for Design X Social. There's going to be more every week. It's going to be providing you with a lot of value in terms of learning. So be sure to stay tuned to our social media channels and our YouTube channel, and we will see you again soon. Thanks for joining us today.
So thank you guys, and most probably we'll be catching up next week, and we'll be talking to you next week. Thank you. Thanks a lot.